Now, we have 5 weeks until our wonderful minister retires. I know. Yes, we do have a party scheduled for December 21st.
That was George's party.
Of course George is laughing. So, yes, there is a party for December 21st. We are collecting money for a gift. Please, if you are submitting money for the gift, please write Maggie's gift on the memo line of the check or on the envelope. Okay? If you got any questions about any of that, you can find a board member, ask us. There are fundraiser items still available for sale over here by the windows. Some of them look like they will make excellent Christmas presents. So please see Debbie Skirdo. Debbie, can you raise your hand? Debbie's over here. Please see her if you're interested in purchasing any of those. Okay. Today's town hall. So we have had the bright idea to move the chairs into a circle for the town hall. So after service, please help us move any empty chairs in your row against the windows, except for the area where it's all wet. And then move your chair into the circle before you go to get your coffee and snacks. Thank you. And now I will turn it over to Reverend Maggie.
Hi, everybody. It is so good to see all of you here. And I see we have our actress, Phoebe, with us today. Good. Did anybody get to go to the Midsummer Night's Dream? No? I know I wanted to. We'll hear about that later. Yeah. Good to be with you. Good to see you. And hello to those joining us on Zoom. Sorry, I don't have I have it on the wrong setting. I can't see who's there. But hello to all of you anyway. I'll catch up with you later as well. And as we open our service this morning, we note that this is the third Sunday of Native American Heritage Month. And as is our custom every Sunday, we dedicate our first words to honor the Tongva and the other indigenous peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather today. And we hold tenderly our growing recognition of the harm that's caused by colonization, and we hold hope for any mending that can come. For yesterday, we honor those who have come before. On this present day, we extend a safe, warm, dry welcome to those of us gathered here. And for tomorrow, as we prepare a place for our descendants, we together await their arrival. And together, all of the people said 3 times, thank you, and thank you. In all of the many sacred moments of our lives, we share rituals that unite us as people of a living, liberal faith. We light a chalice at each of our gatherings that represents the spirit, the values, and the rich history of Unitarian Universalism. Its flame invites us to nourish our lives both physically and spiritually within this community of justice, love, and service. As Maribel comes forward to light our chalice, I invite you to hear the words of Allison Wohler in this reading that she has titled, "It is Good to Be Together." Okay, there you go. With thankful hearts, we have come together this morning to celebrate the bounty of this day, to bask in the warmth of this community, and to share with friends the tides of our lives and our hopes for a better future. A little lower. You almost got it. There it goes. We join together this morning, as always, to counter injustice and inequality wherever they may be found. Our hearts are touched by the human need that we feel around us, whether far away or within the reach of our hand. Thank you, Jaryus. We come here to be together because this is how we believe our lives are best lived. In questioning and in conversation, in compassion and in service, in gratitude and in joy, in companionship and in love. It is good to be together with you this morning. Let's rise together and sing our invocation, our anthem, Spirit of Life, first time through in English and then in Spanish, and then we'll recite our covenant together. And our covenant. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated for our wisdom tale. Robert.
Good morning, everybody. Today's wisdom tale is called Fruits, and it's by Christopher Boyce. Once upon a time, a mother and her daughter were carrying bags of food to a neighboring village where people were hungry and had no food of their own. The two had to travel a great distance, which made them very tired, so they stopped to rest. As they sat down, they heard a voice call out to them. "Hello," said the voice. The two travelers looked around, but saw no one. "Hello," said the voice again. "Look over here, by the rock." The mother and her daughter looked over by the rock, and they saw a thorn bush. The two looked at the thorn bush, and for a moment, and then they looked at each other. "I believe that thorn bush is talking to us," said the little girl. "I am not a thorn bush," said the voice. "I am a beautiful apple tree. If you like, you may sit a while and admire my beauty." "If you don't mind me saying so," said the little girl, "you do not look anything like an apple tree, and you do look exactly like a thorn bush." "Silly girl," said the voice, "I am the most beautiful apple tree in the land. Please feel free to sit and enjoy my beauty." "Are you quite sure you're an apple tree?" asked the mother. "Yes," said the voice from the thorn bush. "I am quite sure." "Then perhaps you can help us," said the mother. "You see, we are carrying food to a neighboring village where people are hungry. Since you are an apple tree, you could give us some apples to take to the people who have nothing to eat." "No," said the voice from the thorn bush. No, asked the mother. Why not? The people there are very hungry and they don't have any food at all. They would love to have some apples. No, repeated the thorn bush. You see, I don't have any apples right now. Oh, said the mother, that's too bad. After a moment she said, well, we must be going, and the mother and daughter stood up and continued on the road to the village. Come back, cried the bush. Come back and admire my beauty. But the mother and daughter did not hear the thorn bush. After the two had traveled many miles, they became very tired and once again and decided it was time to stop and rest. They had not been sitting long when they heard another voice. Hello, said the voice. The mother and her daughter looked around for a while and they noticed a very small man sitting next to a rock. The man was dressed in very stylish and expensive clothes. Don't worry, he said, I'm not a bad man. I won't hurt you. In fact, I am a very good man. You're a good man, said the mother uncertainly. Oh, yes, he said. I'm a very, very good man. I read the Holy Book every day for hours and hours and hours. I pray every morning when I rise, and I pray again in the evening when I go to bed. Are you quite sure you're a good man? Asked the mother. Oh, yes, he replied. I'm quite sure. Well, then perhaps you can help us, said the mother. My daughter and I are carrying food to the neighboring village where people are hungry. We're very tired from walking for so long. Would you please help us carry these bags to the village so that people there will have something to eat? No, said the man. I'm a good man, but if I were to help carry those bags, I might mess up my very nice clothes. They might not look so good. How would anyone know I'm a good man if I don't look my best? Sorry, but I can't help you. Oh, said the mother, that's too bad. After a moment she said, well, we must be on our way, and the two picked up their bags of food and continued down the road. No, come back, yelled the little man. Stay here with me, I am very lonely. But the mother and her daughter didn't hear the little man, and they continued walking on the road to the village. For a while, the two walked in silence. Finally, the daughter said to the mother, I'm confused. Today we've seen a strange plant that claimed to be an apple tree, and we also saw a man who claimed to be a good man. But how can we be sure? I mean, how can we tell a real apple tree from a fake one, or a real good person from a fake one? Well, said the mother, it isn't always easy to tell the difference between something that is real and something that is fake. But it seems to me that if you want to call yourself an apple tree, then you should give the world some apples. And if you want to call yourself a good person, then you should give the world some loving kindness and a helping hand. After all, it is by the fruits of our labors that we are known. And now, if Jaryus can put the song up, you guys can sing us to class, and Brooklyn and some of the other kids can come up and get our chalice.
Anjali took the flame off the jealous and walked off the front. So it's good. They're deciding. They are deciding, yes. Okay, have a great time. It is. Thank you, each of you, for your many gifts that add to our congregation's well-being. That includes our budget that is completely funded by beautiful people like you who give freely and joyfully to support it. We are all deeply grateful for the contributions of time, talent, and treasure that each and every one of us offers. As a contribution to the sustainability of our neighbors' lives, we gather donations of non-perishable foods and personal care items that are distributed through the Foothill Family Center. We've also voted and agreed to donate 50% of our gathered offerings that are not earmarked as pledges with a charity that aligns with our values. For the month of November, we've chosen to share our offering plate with Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense. It's a grassroots movement of Americans working toward public safety measures that protect people from gun violence. They work to pass stronger gun laws, and they close the loopholes that jeopardize the safety of our families. They also work with business leaders to encourage a culture of responsible gun ownership. And we share their passionate message that gun violence is preventable. So it is with gratitude for the many gifts of this community that we now bring forward our generous offerings to be placed in the basket. And the items for the Foothill Family Center can be placed into the red wagon that's almost filled to the brim, so yay. Thank you all. But the offerings of this community will now be graciously given and gratefully received. Thank you. It was so beautiful, and it fits so well with the weather and everything. Perfect. What was it? Yeah. Jaryus, could you put up the screen that shows all of the folks that are on Zoom? I know I'm throwing a wrench in your works. I'm just looking at these beautiful faces on Zoom, and I want everybody to see. Let's wave to all of them. We've got Mary and Bruce and Jeannie. Robin's there. Meg. Becky. Donna. Hi, everybody. We want you to feel connected to us, too. Lots of love. Thanks for being here. So there's 11 homes connected. Well, one is mine. One is my iPad, but that's okay. Thanks, Jaryus. Oh, let's show them the congregation. Then everybody can wave. Can you do that? You can do anything. There you are. Everybody wave. Ah. Oh, Robin's got the Queen's wave down. That's good. Beautiful. So that's a good way to start our joys and concerns, right? Our delights and disappointments, whatever we call them. It's the bothness of life. And we do like to share the things that are happening for us and to us, sometimes as a part of our service. So I just want to invite those who are new or unfamiliar that we have little papers by the front door where you can write things down that you want to have announced. And I have one from Phoebe. I'm picking on you today, Phoebe, but this one you signed up for, right? But Phoebe's mom is here, Mary. Hi. Hi, Mom. Visiting from New Zealand. Yeah, great to have you. Yeah, and I'm guessing you were here to see the play. Yeah? Well, partly. Yeah. Yeah. Great. We'll talk more later. Welcome, welcome. I have one from Jill Rigel also. She left it as a voicemail to me, so that's always an option to you too. Jill says, I pulled myself up on the walker and I took 10 steps for the last couple days. Yeah. For those who don't know Jill, it's one of our beloved congregants and choir members who's recovering from a stroke. She's doing a great job. She says, thank the people for lifting me up. I don't know that I've ever had a community of people with such an outpouring of love. So it's pretty incredible. Yeah. So with all that is happening in our world, we hold those joys and concerns that remain unspoken, but carried in each of our hearts. And I invite you now to join me in a poem. Prayer comes in many forms. Sometimes we just groan. You know, we just can't get up. And we just lay there and cry, groan, or sing. Your singing, your music is a prayer. That was a beautiful prayer. Poetry can be a prayer as well. So I wrote this one, and I wrote it from the style of British poet Becky Hemsley. But please join me in that spirit. Let it fall and comfort you. As we walk this road together, we find it lined with doors, some a bit familiar, some we've never seen before. One will lead to nowhere, another leads to growth. One will lead to sadness, one to healing, one to hope. Some will lead to sorrow, some to discontent. One might be that journey of which we've always dreamt. And as we keep on walking, we meet people on the way. For some who walk for miles with us, and some who cannot stay. And on this path we hold a promise that is fragile, rough, and old. And there'll be times we wonder if it's not for us to hold. So though it may be tempting to let go when things get hard, let's hold tight to our shared story. It's a treasure we must guard. So let's all trust this journey and believe in all we do. Remember, we have all we need. It's right there inside of you. I invite you to stay seated for our gentle song. It's a gift, 'tis a gift to be simple. Sing it a little prayerfully. Let that match the weather too, Lillian. You're so good at that. Beautiful, thank you. And we have a treat today because Charles Edwards is going to read the reading for us. Ready? That's what she said. You can do it.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, this is also appropriate with the weather. Let's see. Okay. This is a piece from Martin Prechtel entitled The Smell of Rain on Dust, Grief and Praise. For each of us, the smell of rain on dust is the irrefutable evidence of the presence of all that is great and divine in nature. With the smell of long-awaited rain, we know the divine holy water has returned to us, a blessing of life itself. And our life is always in relationship with all that is sacred. We are participants. As long for the winter clouds to bring the necessary snowpack in the surrounding mountains, and for the headwaters of all the spring runoff to the rivers, whose tributaries feed all life as they run home to the sea. And our praise of such things matters. Our ancestors knew that our actions, thoughts, speech, and gratitude must become beautiful to qualify as the kind of praise that could water the holy's heart. If the land became dry and there was no rain, it was always because of how the people were doing life. For that reason, our lives in connection to spirit has always mattered, and our thoughts, actions, and words still matter. Praise matters. Praise is our honest attempt to return life to the holy that gives us life. This kind of praise is the type that is so beautiful that even when it fails, it's like a kid's first homemade kite that is so beautiful as it crashes to the earth. The magnificence of its failure feeds the holy somehow and makes us all, breath by breath, a little better at it every time we try again to fly. Praise is not a goal, but it is the constant purpose of being alive. We praise by ritual, by walking, by grieving, by eating, by kissing, by admiring every baby, by seeing and by speaking out loud, singing out loud, hammering and painting, art, cooking, gardening, sewing, cutting wood, making fire, weeping, and still weeping for joy over the food we have. Praise has to be in all we do and in all we try to think. It is not necessary to think every thought that can be thunk. It is not necessary to invent everything 'cause you can, or to explore every hole of mental negativity, because you need to push the envelope of your nerves to get a jolt in order to come out of the numbness that has become so hip. It is, however, necessary to praise life by how we carry out everything we do and all that we wonder about. And any one person who understands this, who will praise in this way, can break the dam and change the balance of the whole equation of what people think human worth is, and the ability of every worthy human to live as our real praising souls would have it. Then we could begin to smell the rain on dust. Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else heard that sweet little cry. I want my mommy. It's beautiful. That was praise. That was praise. The writings of Catholic priest and author on all things spirituality, Father Richard Rohr, is published on an email newsletter that I subscribe to, where his wisdom oozes from the screen in ways that are likened to how George's secret recipe of hummingbird food drips from the feeder on our patio. I know where to go to get a sip of Rohr's nourishment, just as those green, brown, and ruby beauties know exactly where to zoom in at nearly 50 miles per hour and screech to a halt at just the right spot for another dip of their tongue, complaining with loud clicks and buzzing wings when the sugar syrup runs low. Or it gets too warm in the afternoon California sun. But Richard Rohr's teaching isn't sugary at all. And it's always just the right medicine. This week he wrote about change and anger and the tears that come when life squeezes us too tightly. He emphasizes the importance of honoring justifiable anger and using change as a tool for transformation. A much better path than allowing these times to take us down, insisting on transformation over crumpling, and keeping one another toward that preferable outcome asks us for a deeper kind of engagement with one another. Rohr writes, "We cannot think our way into transformation. We must live ourselves into it, and often weeping our way through it. A change has become an ever-present force in each of our lives, and helping one another to find the best way forward is without question how we are called to be in community in these troubling times. There is change that crashes in, like a new diagnosis. There is change that tiptoes behind us, like that worsening sound in our car's engine. And there is the change that we walk with, perhaps like an approaching retirement. a long-awaited threshold moment that continues to transform us day by day as the calendar tricks us into believing that we have time. And while change is a synonym for transformation, it is our calling and our active choice and our dedicated work to seek the type of transformation that brings us closer to one another and to our better selves. Our goal is to be transformed, and that will help us to stop fearing change and to open toward it instead. To use the powerful energy of change that's on the planet right now to transform us into who we are here to become, and not just for ourselves. We are here to help one another to overcome that sense of emptiness and that ache that we often believe can't be filled, and to get us to the point where we sense relief and hope. It's probably been a while since we've really felt that deeply. But we are here to embrace that state of being so full that our empathy and our compassion and our love can't be contained. We reach for ways to transform our perspectives from a deep hole that can't be filled to a love that can't be contained. But sometimes there's something blocking that transformation. Something we aren't conscious of, or something that we hold tightly and don't want to change. Something like a justifiable anger at all of the harm that we see happening. And I know I've confessed, and this is common for many clergy, that my sermon writing often reveals my own work to do. We know that loosening our grip on anger is challenging to all of us, especially in these troubling times, but we must. Anger at the dreadful and unreasonable things that we witness in life is understandable and often necessary. But as Richard Rohr is known to say, if we do not transform our anger, we will transmit it. If we don't transform our pain, we will transmit it and hurt others. All that we do not transform, we transmit. So how can we instead be helpers and healers, transformers of brokenness, and transmitters of hope? How can we be the wounded ones who use our hurts to heal? How can our wounds become healing medicine? How can we awaken to our giftedness to be the presence of love and to heal what has been harmed? Awakening, or becoming woke, is not the result of gaining secret mystical knowledge or initiation that requires any degree of suffering. There is no master class, no red pill or blue pill, no spell or fairy dust. It is allowing the heart of love that you already are to be that sacred space within you, and allowing it to open and to be of humble service, to empower others rather than storing it for ourselves. Storing power and wielding it to brag or harm only adds more supremacy to the world. Please allow this flashback with me to the sign on the wall in Peter Bailey's office in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. It says, "All you can take with you is that which you've given away." And the power and the healing that you give away to others matters. It gives meaning to the deep wounds that your soul has suffered. Walking in our world as a wounded healer isn't a title or an anointing. It's not a meme. It's not a career choice. You really have no choice at all, except whether to use it or not. But it's a sacred purpose within every human being. And it's how we use what we've been through for good. It's how we help each other know we've got this. I love how Jaryus just takes little snippets of my service, either out of the order of service or in our conversation, and he picks the artwork for the screen. So he knew the title and chose that for us. We've got this. And it's how we support one another in troubling times. It's a way toward our recovery for the planet at this time. And it's where our path as a congregation, as Unitarian Universalists, as a people who know and love each other and want to work together to bring healing, it's where our path is unfolding. And you don't have to be a licensed therapist or hold a Master of Divinity or be a spiritual healer to be known as someone who has been wounded but uses their wounds to heal others. This gift is present within any who have been touched by pain, and they're learning to keep their hearts open to the suffering of others. We're all invited into a deeper encounter with what is most real in the lives of those we care most about. Jungian psychotherapist and author Matt Licata teaches us that a wounded healer is not someone who fixes others or works to perfect themselves, but a caring companion of those who struggle, who is slowly reshaped by what has broken the lives of others. It is one who allows another's difficult experience to carve empathy into their heart. One who's willing to allow their own heartbreak to become for them an organ of perception. Beautiful, beautiful metaphor. The wounded healer is one of those companions who can stand with you, however trembling, in the places that ache, even in the moments when our lives are shattered by a trauma and we find ourselves having to rewrite the story of who we are. A friend such as this is rare in the world, and yet that's who we are called to be for one another. A companion like this can tell you, no matter what you're experiencing, that they're with you in the midst of it, that you're not alone, that you've got this. At some point in each of our lives, we are asked to meet whatever it is that hurts. Not to conquer it, but to listen. Not to fix it, but to tend to it. To let it reconfigure who we are. To let our hearts be transformed by the woundedness of another. This healing, in this brave, deeper sense, is not for us to repair, but to offer as a remembrance. A remembering of who that person truly is, under all that has come upon them in these most unusual days. It's a healing that restores the wholeness that they have that was never truly lost. May it be so. Let's stand and sing together our ascending song, "Come Sing a Song with Me, and I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find."
Sing a song with me that I
now read aloud together our benediction as I extinguish the chalice. The world cries out for anyone who knows the way toward unity. Those who can offer a way toward justice and create an ever-increasing world. This is our calling. May we go forth and live into our highest selves. Amen. Let's be seated and enjoy Lily's postlude. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And my closing words are just this title of our service today. We've got this. And we're helping one another through troubling times. So as Carissa asked, if we would please take the empty chairs and put them out against the wall, and then take our chairs and put them in a circle, if you're staying for the, and I hope you all are, for the town hall. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes, as soon as we have a little bio break and get some coffee.